Maggie. Thanks so much for joining and for sharing your story with us. Before we get too deep into questions, would you like to introduce yourself and maybe share more about like where you were before you started this program and maybe how long you were facing vaginismus?
Yeah, so I'm Maggie and I live in Minnesota with my husband. And we've been married for about almost 2 years, 2 years in February. Um, and I would say that I probably s struggled with vaginismus for most of my life, but didn't know it because I didn't have sex before my husband. Um, but I always struggled with like putting it. I could never put in a tampon. I was very like cautious in the shower, like when I even like would wash myself. I didn't like to look at myself down there. I didn't like to think about that. It made me very nauseous, very uncomfortable. I think the one time I tried to put in a tampon, I almost passed out. Um, and then what I kind of suspected that I would sex would be kind of like hard, but I just thought like normal, like, oh, we'll have to practice and it'll be fine. And everyone just said your body knows what to do. So I just was like, okay, my body knows what to do. So that we found out like that it was going to be much more of a struggle that night. Um, and so yeah, so then I think it was about 3 months and then I found your program. Um, and yeah, then now we're doing it.
Awesome, I love it. Now you're doing it.
Now we're
Not
doing
only
it.
that, but now you are pregnant,
Now
right?
I'm pregnant. Yes, 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 yes.
Oh my
So
gosh,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yep. Now we're pregnant. So it works.
it works. Awesome. Okay, well, what were some of the biggest hurdles that you overcame in this program?
I would say one is even like getting the penis inside my vagina. I like couldn't even do that at all.
Mhm.
Um, so that was a huge thing. Another win was just like being able to like look at myself and know how my body functions without like feeling sick, which sounds like that should be normal, but as many women know in this program, like that's just not the case. So that was a huge thing. Um, yeah, that was a huge hurdle, but one that like I overcame.
So I do have a lot of clients who get sick looking at
Yeah.
themselves. They get nauseous, they get sweaty, some of them even pass out.
Yep.
And so that was you, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Oh, and tampons. I can do tampons now. That was a hurdle.
That's awesome. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, okay.
Haven't used them in a while, but
Well, yeah,
yeah.
one of the good things about pregnancy is no periods. So,
Right, right, right.
and then do you use dilators at all now?
No, I tried to like back when there was some pressure, and so I was like, oh, maybe I should try to dilate like a couple times. And I tried and I did not like it because I wanted the warm penis back. So I do not do I do not do dilators anymore. Those are in a drawer somewhere.
So many people are like, oh no, I have a fear of the penis. And there's a lot of breaking that down in the dilators, the comfort. But I love you've almost like switched that now.
Well, 100%. I love the penis. I would so much rather have the
Okay,
penis.
so with that, let me ask, a lot of clients will ask like, oh, is it even worth it? Like, is sex that great? Is it worth going through all this effort? Is it worth it?
Yes, 100%. I would say I was very depressed before. Um, like I did not realize how important, especially from like being a Christian and being in a like a marriage where we've what how much we value sex and what it means to us as a man and wife. Like I didn't realize how important that was in like a relationship and for who I am as a woman and stuff. And so yeah, I mean 100%. It's worth it. Yeah, 100%.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's so fun. And it's just you don't always have to have penetrative sex, but it's just fun to have all the options available.
Right. Right. Yeah. And to know like, because even with like we could do other things and for a while that's fun, but then there's always just that like anxiety of like, ugh, but like we want to do this but can't, but we're married and we should be able to do whatever we want because that's like what we get to enjoy. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so if you could whisper any advice to yourself from back when you're first starting the program, what would you say? Or what's some encouragement that you would have for those like just starting out right now?
Um, I'd probably would have said like you're not broken. Um, or like it's not gonna be like this forever. Like you this isn't it's important, but it's not like end of the world. Like you can do this, right? It's you still have your husband, you have your relationship with him. You're not nothing because you can't have sex right now, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I think I put a lot of worth into who I am as a woman on whether or not I could perform that
Mm-hmm.
duty. So, and I think a lot of women in our world probably feel that way, do feel that way. So, just like your worth isn't tied to if you can have sex or not right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I think it is a huge, because especially if you've waited until marriage and you have this expectation and this gift that we're going to give away, like we've been so taught, like we
Hmm.
add that pressure to ourselves. And um, oftentimes our husbands don't even think that. It's usually just us putting that pressure on. So thank you for sharing that and saying that. I think that's a
Yeah,
really wise piece of advice and something that is hard to kind of latch onto and believe. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'm so excited for you, Maggie. I'm so encouraged with your journey and how you showed up for yourself and prioritized things. And you went through a lot. You healed in huge ways. You went from nauseous, borderline passing out to having sex and pregnant and
yeah,
tampons and talking about vaginas and loving a penis over a dilator. I mean, that's a huge,
yeah,
huge.
yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Maggie. It was a joy to get to connect again. And thanks for being just such a sweet voice of encouragement to others who are just starting out.
Yeah, thank you.